So Julien Bouquet, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
You've been serving on the board of directors since 2021, correct?
That's correct.
You've seen a lot of changes, a lot since the pandemic, which was a big jolt, not only to RTD, but for so many of us. So let's start at the most broad way we possibly can. Do you use RTD, and if so, for what purposes and how often?
Yeah, absolutely. So my favorite route right now is the E-line. So the E-line is actually the one that I grew up with when it went down to, when I was commuting to the University of Denver. I was a full-time commuter student. The E&F were my go-to. And so now I use the E-line specifically, mainly it's been coming down here to the board office or any board meetings we potentially have. My E is my go-to. It's been a while since I've used our Route P or Route 483 down in Parker, but I would say my go-to is the light rail. So,
what do you typically use it for? Is it to commute here? Is it to go to more social events?
Yeah, so generally commuting here or social events as well. I feel like using the train itself is really great when it comes down to a day outing, coming down from the suburbs and then spending the whole day down in Denver. The easiest and the go-to that I tell my friends is use the train. It's the nicest way. It's going to keep you the safest as possible when it comes to commuting wherever you want down to kind of this inner city. So,
what has your experience been using that? I understand that you use it maybe from a different viewpoint than most people, but what's your consumer experience like?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it is night and day compared to when I originally took my position as a director on the board in 2021 compared to where we are in 25. I think it's actually night and day compared to where we were in 24 compared to where we are now. A couple of things that I've noticed is one, when it comes down to fare checks. I think that the agency has done an excellent job when it comes down to switching from hired out security to having an in-house transit police. And I think that's really exciting. I think folks like seeing a transit police presence. That's one of the things that I heard on the campaign trail is personal security and a welcoming transit environment. We want a perception. We want to feel that we're safe when we're riding the system. And again, I honestly think it's night and day from the last couple of years compared to even this year, where you see there's more fare enforcement. Anecdotally speaking, I've seen it my last 2 times that I've used the E-line, and I went almost a whole year without seeing it prior. And that gives comfort to riders. That gives comfort that someone is there and someone is watching. And one of the other things that we've advocated for is real-time cameras so folks can always see what is happening. One, in our bus. We transition with our buses where each one of our buses are equipped with this, and we're transitioning that to our light rails as well. And so that's exciting to know, and that's comforting to know.
In October, you did an interview with Colorado Public Radio, CPR, and you had said that one of the biggest challenges facing RTD right now is customer experience. I just wanted you to clarify, what does customer experience entail to you?
Sure. I think it goes to an overall thought of a welcoming transit environment. And a welcoming transit environment is several factors. One, personal security and safety is the biggest thing. I think we've strived and made major progress when it comes down to where we were compared to where we are now. Mainly, again, switching to a transit police force, enacting different policies to make sure personal security for our customers is better, and the safety of our vehicles. We have it where we're at asset management, we're making sure that our assets are in the best state of repair as possible, and that is welcoming to our customers to know that. The other thing is when it comes down to cleanliness of our vehicles, when it comes to cleanliness of our stations, those are big parts of it. Having basic signage and having it where, hey, we know when our bus is going to be coming and we know when our light rail is going to be coming. That is huge. That all transitions to a welcoming transit environment. And I think, again, compared to when I did that interview in October, compared to where we are at now, I'm seeing a lot more improvement compared to first-time riders or riders who are frequent riders for the system. They're seeing changes that reflect what they want, and that's a more welcoming transit environment.
It sounds like a lot of those come back to the central idea of trust between RTD and its riders. So what has RTD done to increase that trust since some of the issues that you mentioned kind of came to light? And what plans does RTD have to continue to build that trust?
Yeah, so I think it's 2 perspectives. So it's one where I can't control to an extent is the staff perspective of what we've actually gone forward with. As mentioned, real-time cameras in our vehicles, where we have it where there's more of a police presence, where we have it where we've transitioned to having our signage be upgraded. Those are all major factors that staff has done an excellent job of creating the customer experience better for anyone who's a first-time rider or a repeat rider. I think there's a second layer to it as well. As we're an elected board, there's 15 of us. We have made it where we need to bring back trust with our constituents and our stakeholders. And that's specifically making connections with our mayors, our town councilmen, or town council members, our county commissioners, our state representatives. And one of the goals we set forward as a board is to try to engage more with the public. The stakeholders know who their elected board is. And it's things such as this. It's media interviews where I want folks to know who the chair of the board is. The chair of the board is a middle school teacher that teaches down in Douglas County. We have a whole range of folks who are RTD directors. And again, it's a $12,000 salary job a year. It's a job where most of us, have to work it as part-time, but we all have a shared common goal and vision, and that is a better transit system.
When it comes, you were mentioning the safety and some of the staffing issues. We know staffing continues to be a challenge, I guess you could say. Why do you feel like that has been such a persistent challenge since the pandemic, in the years since then? Why has that been such a continuous issue for you guys to be able to tackle?
From my perspective as a board director, I think there's several factors in that when it comes to recruiting operators, making sure that operators are staying with RTD, it is, not necessarily always pay. Pay is obviously a big component of it, but it's also, quality of work. And I think there has been major improvements that have been made when it comes down to it, specifically the recent House bill that made it a felony when it comes down to any assault on a transit worker. I think that's a major factor going forward to help with recruitment, because it's showing that we as partners as RTD and this board who backed that House bill care for our employees, want to make sure our employees are safe. So I think those changes such as that is going to be major factors. The changes of actually having a professional security force, professional transit police, not only protecting our riders, but also protecting our employees and our operators who are the lifeblood of the system. I think that's where you're going to see it, where you have better recruitment opportunities. Obviously, we're offering a $4,000 signing bonus right now for anyone who would want to join the RTD team. So it is exciting. Wait, $4,000 signing bonus for anyone who would like to join the RTD team. So it's a lot of exciting opportunities. I think it is, though, honestly, two factors of the world's changed a lot since COVID. Sure. The world has changed a lot, and with public transit, you're going to get all sections of the public. The beautiful and the ugly. And there's a lot of ugly behavior that unfortunately our operators have had to see, but I think there's been changes made that will help with recruitment.
I wanted to touch on the professional police force and having your own police unit rather than private security, and you did a lot to touch on that, so thank you. One of the things has been RTD's push to really staff that, and one of the subsets of that is the detective bureau. Have you guys gotten any closer to getting that up and running?
I would have to get back to you on that. I can't give you exact information on that one, so staff will get back on you on that one.
Do you guys have any numbers available to show the number of incidents on RTD lines and public transit systems to be able to show where numbers are currently versus where they were previously?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the numbers that we can obviously share with you guys, but one of the biggest things is, I think I saw the number between February 2024 and February of 2025 when it comes down to reports of drug-related unwelcome activity, drug usage on the system. I think we had over an 80% drop, if I saw that correctly, but we're more than happy to provide the specific numbers.
That would be great. Yeah. Speaking of recruitment, I know that since the pandemic, there have been a lot of challenges when it comes to getting plans up and running, mainly, is it the G line that goes up to Longmont, Boulder, the plan line?
For the B line or the...
I forget which line it is.
The B line extension.
Okay, yes. Yeah. A lot of plans have been put on hold. Have you gotten any closer to kind of ramping these plans back up and getting them out to the public? Because I know that there's a lot of folks who are in these areas who, want an easier way to be able to get to the central area of the metro.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the topic of the Northwest extension or a Northwest line getting created, we actually next Tuesday are going to be voting on an intergovernmental agreement or an IGA to work for this joint rail service. Working with the state of Colorado, working with RTD to look into what are our options going forward with building a rail potentially to Boulder, to Longmont, to Fort Collins. And I am optimistic about it. We obviously will have our final board vote when it comes down to Tuesday night. But we've heard from our constituents when it comes down to completion of fast tracks, completion of these lines. And I think this IGA is a good step into a future of expanding of our services. And what we're hearing is from our constituents is they want an expansion of service. They want more service to be available. And I think this IGA is a good step into exploring what are potential options in the future.
When it comes to moving forward and where you see RTD now, it sounds like you are pleased, correct me if I'm wrong, with how things have progressed over the last few years. What's the biggest challenge now, and what's the one that you most want to directly face, let's say in the next year or so?
I think the biggest challenge now is going to be transitioning from our strategic optimization plan, which we're working on until 2026, and looking at what the future is going to be for that. Because like I said, I think the future of transportation and transit is going to be different. Zoom's changed a lot of things. We don't have the commuters who are riding the E, the F, or the E or D line down to downtown Denver. It's totally different. You have it where you have commuters who are using it for a ball game, or to go out with friends. And I think that's going to be our biggest challenge, is identifying what are the needs of future constituencies. How do we adapt to that? How do we build partnerships with folks? And I think identifying that and listening to our communities and understanding and meeting those needs, that's going to be one of our biggest challenges going forward. But like I said, I think when it comes to getting back to basics, when it comes down to asset management, when it comes to creating all these welcoming transit environments, making sure that our system is safe, we've done an excellent job of building that up in the last 5 years.
That was going to be one of my questions is, because ridership has changed so much, especially with how people commute to and from the main city area, is do you focus then on your core group of riders? Do you try to focus more on sourcing in new outside riders to use the system? How do you integrate all of that into one cohesive system? Because that seems like it's a very meta type issue, especially when it comes to the vision of RTD and what it wants to be moving forward.
Yeah, so I think it's a lot. I think what you hear from the board is we will always be protecting service for those who are transit dependent. That's what I think a vast majority of the board, I don't want to speak for everyone, but from the directors I've spoken with, that is what directors will always protect. We'll protect service for the single mom who has to get their kid to work, for the senior that has to get medication, for the person who does not have a car and has to get to work via one of our bus services. That will be what we always protect as our core. At the same time, I don't think that shuts the door when it comes to potential new opportunities. And I think the conversation we need to be having with our stakeholders, with the public, is looking at our funding model and looking at what changes can we make if we're hearing we want an expansion of a train to Boulder, to Longmont, to Fort Collins. If we want an expansion of services and we want 15-minute frequency, it's a real question we have to have with the public of, look at how much funding we're coming with sales tax. And do we need to have the conversation of, if we want to be more aggressive with future services, we have to look at a healthier funding model.
I'm going to ask you a personal question. You're young 30s?
I'm 30, yeah.
You're 30, okay. So what made you want to join RTD at the age of 27 would it have been? 26?
So at the time I was the youngest director to run. I was 25, 26 years old. Director Pagliari just beat me. He's a year younger than me, so kudos to Director Pagliari on that. But I was actually approached for the 2020 election in the middle of COVID. I was working with some of our local party groups, and They said, oh, we have an incumbent running for the position for District G. We see that you're active. We see that you've been using the light rail a lot. We know that you were a commuter using it to get down to DU. Would you want to ride from a rider's perspective as a director? And I said, okay, I'll give it a shot, and we're running against an incumbent, and politics tells you that's never the best strategy. But we use the strategy of knocking on doors and dropping off literature and being safe when it comes down to COVID. And we surprisingly won. We're kind of an underdog candidate who won that election. And I think the main purpose, though, in keeping that vision of always coming from a rider's perspective as a director, always coming from the perspective of a customer. Because in theory, what we are as directors is we're the communication channel between the public and the agency, and vice versa. When the agency is being successful, which I've seen a lot of success, there's a lot of improvement with the agency, don't get me wrong, but we communicate that with our constituents through town halls, through one-on-one meetings. At the same time, we can hear through those town halls, those one-on-one meetings, direct impact and direct feedback to our GMCO saying, here's what we're hearing from our constituents, here are the changes that we want to see.
Did you join this with an already inherent passion for the public transit system here in the greater metro area?
100%. I 100% joined this board because I believe in public transportation. I've used multiple public transportation networks throughout the country and throughout the world. And I want to make sure that our public transit here is world class and the best in the country.
That was going to be my very next question, is I feel like the Colorado market's very specific because you have the mountains, and if you want to go to the mountains, you most definitely need a form of transportation. But also, Denver is a sprawling city, but also has its very compact and integrated areas. So you have so many different. It's not like you're dealing with, MTA over in New York. It's not like you're dealing with BART over in San Fran. It's a very unique market here. So my question is, moving forward, it seems like there are so many challenges, but challenges to be able to succeed. So what is your vision for RTD for the next, maybe 5-10 years?
I think my vision for RTD in the next 5-10 years is this. Next 2 years or so is building our system and making sure that whoever rides it has a top-notch experience, and making sure that we have established back to basics. We've established where our trains are running on time, our buses are running on time. There's a presence of security. People love our system and they recommend that. After that, I think you get to a transition of where you start welcoming people back. You do some kind of media campaign where you say, try RTD, try the service, look at the improvements we've made. And I think what has been interesting is historically, I've heard from elected officials who've been around for a long time said, RTD has always been the agency of no. I truly believe with the leadership that we have right now, RTD is now the agency of yes, and I think there's multiple potential opportunities for growth in the future for the better.
Great, Julien, that's all I got.
Sweet, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Much appreciated.
Sweet.